Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to F1 Manager 24 Creator Team Career here on the PC with Cadillac. As you can tell from my voice, I'm still under the weather, but well enough, I hope. Tonight, it's round 2 of Season 2, and we are heading to Jeddah Corniche for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Dear. Right, so we are 3 days away from Jeddah. We've just had an injection of cash from the sponsors, and it's pretty much all gone already. We have 900,000 left in the bank, and we still have some facilities that are in need of some TLC. Our wind tunnel needs a refurb. That's getting quite bad now. CFD sim isn't too much better. And our suspension sim also in some need of some serious refurbing. All of these are around 1.5 to 2.5 mil each to refurb, which I can't afford. We need to sort out the race sim. That is certainly going to be hurting us at the moment. We should be getting 80% at the moment. Effective, or should be getting 100%. We're getting 80%. So instead of getting a 40% boost to our weekly driver development, we're getting just 32%. Not great for our rookies, and also not great at arresting any backsliding on the stats of our older, more seasoned drivers. We also need to now spend some money here. Bugger. All right, let's do a refurb on that. That one's critical because this is our marketability, so we need this to be good. But boosting the team attractiveness back up will help as well, so that's quite nice. I had hoped to put an upgrade on this, but it's too expensive. Again, do not have the money. The weather center, we are starting to get to the point where we are going to need it, so we'll slap a refurb on this. And all of a sudden, we're down to less than $400,000. Not great. Yeah, money's going to be a huge problem this season. It really is. Our car at the moment is back to being at the very back of the grid. Still don't have any of our upgrades on the car yet, but we have at least used that injection of cash we got to start building those first 2 upgrades. We now have a bit of a wait until we can actually get them on the car. The rear wing, we'll be able to get 1 on the car for Jeddah. We'll give that to Lewis. He's going to be our best chance at scoring, points today. And then we'll have, enough for vouchery when we go to the next Grand Prix, which is Melbourne, and is in 2 weeks' time. We should also, hopefully, by then, have at the very least 1 chassis, but I'm hoping 2 chassis. Let's see, so this is where we are. So that's a wing, that's a wing, that's a wing, that's our first chassis. Damn it, the other one's going to come right after Australia. I was kind of hoping we would get both of those in time. Also, more pressingly, is the fact that the ATR period ends in 4 weeks. And right now, we haven't used any of it, I don't think. So, or have we? I'm not sure, actually. Let's take a quick look. Have we used our ATI? I don't think we have. No, we haven't. So we've still got a full ATR sitting unused. Now, I was hoping to get something a bit more comprehensive as an upgrade in, but if push comes to shove, I will just use the hours to get a basic upgrade going rather than something intense. So we'll have to make sure we pay attention to that. Evening Esparza, evening Daniel, good to see you both. Hello to everyone else who's lurking in the chat as well. Let's advance time a couple of days. Something in the inbox that wants our attentions. Valtteri has lost patience because we didn't give him the contract he wanted for next season. That's fine. That's what he wanted. It just wasn't worth it. Too expensive to to save not enough money on this season. There are the current standings. George ahead of Lando. Max currently in third. Carlos, the lead Ferrari, in fourth place ahead of Gasly, Oscar, Antonelli, Behrman, Leclerc, Hamilton in the top 10 after one round. And it is a very, very big points haul for Mercedes after just one Grand Prix. 55 points from Bahrain. That's sprint and Grand Prix. And then Ferrari second, 20 points, 2 ahead of Red Bull in third. McLaren in fourth, also on 18 points as well. Then Gasly, then Alpine, Haas, Cadillac were in the top 7. So that's not too bad, is it? There's advanced timing a bit more. And there we go. Let's take a look at the weather forecast. It should be nice and clear and dry. And yeah, a little bit of cloud cover on the Saturday, less so on the Sunday. I'm guessing one stop is what it's going to recommend. Whether or not we can pull off that one stop, I don't know. Hopefully we can. Would make things easier for us if we could. And let's set ourselves some targets. 18th or higher for both. There we go. And off we go to Jeddah. Evening, Johnny.
We're here in Jeddah, where the tension is boiling as we head into the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. The circuit at Jeddah, spread along streets that run next to the Red Sea, is one of Formula One's highest speed tracks. It's a test of skill from start to finish, with cars just millimeters from the walls.
In the Constructors' title battle, it's Mercedes who are currently leading. But as it's only round 2, there's still plenty of time for that to change.
Let's get on with the weekend.
Also, evening, Dino. Right. Do I put any of my rookies into the car tonight? No, is the answer. We're going to stick to our main drivers. Going to use the hard tyres in this session. Got 2 setups I always start with here. Very, very similar. We've got a 7 and 11, 9, 1, 3.5 and 0. And then something slightly different for car 2. We'll go with a 7.5, an 11, an 8.2, a 3.5, and a 0. There we go. Almost identical setups. Just a slight change on the roll bar and the front wing. I always start with those setups because invariably one of them is usually right. Sometimes both of them. We're going to go with just the one run, hopefully. And we still need to learn a lot of parts on the car. So let's go for the full 40 laps. See how we do. Evening, PR. Go. Again, save the ERS units where we can. Done. And let's hit the track. So track temperature currently on the warm side, 43.5 degrees.
Just manage your tyres as you wish.
Copy.
And radio check when you can.
Yeah, that's good.
Copy.
Once again, we have some rookies running. One at Ferrari, one at McLaren, one at Mercedes, one at Williams, one at Haas, one at RB, and none of the other teams are running one.
they're still the same.
That's a big difference between Hamilton and Bottas.
The tyres anyway near.
And
Try
I'm
to
not
keep the
quite
temperature on the
sure
tires.
why there's so big a gap. Should be 0.8 of a second between the two. Okay, slight difference in the first sector. Pretty much identical in the middle. Maybe one of them got caught in some traffic somewhere, but I don't think they did. Maybe it was just, I don't know, maybe Valtteri just got caught with someone exiting the pits as he was coming through. I don't know. It's a better lap, 2.4 seconds away. Hamilton, 2.3 seconds away. The 10th is about what I was expecting, 1 to 2 tenths. I haven't actually put the new rear wing on Hamilton yet, so we'll have to do that in the next session.
How does the car feel?
Yes. Feels good. Thank you.
All right, Valtteri's in a pretty good mood.
Copy that.
86% though. It's way off. Okay, that's not what I was expecting to see. What about Lewis? %84%. Oh, wow. I am not close with either. That's a bit of a surprise. We'll let them continue to run. Like I say, we need to gain some car part knowledge. I do kind of like the idea of starting the season with a sprint race, just putting every team on the back foot slightly. Whether or not it affects the AI teams the way it affects us or not, I don't know. I'd like to think it does. But it does mean that we go into the first race with a lot less sort of prep than we would normally get at the start of a season, where we would normally run all 3 sessions. Or as much as we could, to try and learn the entire car as quickly as possible. Certainly did not get the opportunity to do that last night. So we're playing catch-up today. Track temperature still above 40 degrees. Starting to climb back up again. Tyres are firing in the windows, which means that we may have to protect certainly the softs, maybe even the mediums, if temperatures stay like this on race day. Will potentially be a little bit cooler for qualifying. But also, having said that, it'll be daytime, or it's daytime right now rather than evening when the race will be running. So. Qualifying will also be... actually, no, qualifying might be evening. I don't know. Speaking of qualifying, I have not seen the Brazil sprint qualifying results, so please no spoilers. I'll be keeping an eye on that tomorrow with the highlights on Channel 4. I did get a look at the highlights of first practice
checkered flag.
There we go. Session's done. Got the car park knowledge up to 60%. That's good. Just got to figure out what we need to change on these setups now. Hopefully nothing too serious. Let's get back to the garage and take a look. Alright, so starting with this car. The wing's wrong. So, this could go either way. I'm going to gamble with this. Oh, excuse me. I'm going to do that, and I'm also going to maybe not do that. Maybe I'll just do... If I do that on its own, that won't get me 14%. I don't think. Well, actually, it might do. Let's try it and see what happens. Just want to set a softs in this session, I think. Let's see again here as well. All right, I'm gonna drop it down on this car. And again, we'll just try that, see what happens. Before I forget, let me fit that new rear wing. And do that. Let's do 22 laps of fuel. Evening, Clark. And again, soft tyres.
Four seconds, 3, 2, 1. Green light.
Track temperature pretty high, look, 42 degrees. Let's see how these softs hold up. Oh, they fire straight up into the window. And beyond. So yeah, we are going to have to protect the softs. That's good information. And as long as the track temperature stays around 42 degrees, they should stay in the window. It's climbing quite quickly at the
Any
moment.
comments though?
Alright, we got an optimal
100%.
with Valtteri, so
Understood.
looks like we got that one right. Bang on, look at that, 100%. Beautiful. Which means I'm probably wrong with this one. Yeah, we went the wrong way.
When you can.
Damn it. Alright.
Understood.
We can fix that when he gets back to the garage. We've done 15 laps. There's still over 50% of life on the tyres because we've been protecting them. So, yeah, one stop is on. It all now comes down to how the mediums will behave. Let's try that. Right, what are we up to? 97%. All right, so we're not likely to do much with Valtteri in the next session. So, let's send him out now on these mediums. Just to get a feel for how these are going to behave. We won't get the chance to run the whole session, but we'll get a good stint in. Because these are the conditions that are going to be likely very similar to race day conditions.
They're still the same.
What's for traffic?
Everything, Farrett?
My tires.
Alright, so the mediums don't seem to be firing up as well with protection. Let's see if they fire up normally this way. No, there we go, into the window. Do they go through and beyond? 45 degrees. Yeah, they are flirting with overheating. With dirty air, that will be a problem. Yeah, they're continuing to go, look. Alright, so, that's good to know. We'll need to just get them into the window, and then we will have to just pay attention to them. Softs we can pretty much just kind of set and forget. Mediums will have to be a little bit more
And checkered flag.
on the ball with. But the one stop should be doable. let's see. We got some feedback on Lewis there. It's all looking pretty good. That can't go any lower, at least not by changing the toe. So, got to figure that that's looking pretty solid. We do not want to use those mediums. We want to use a set of softs. And we only want to send him out for a couple of laps. So let's just say that's all he needs, and that's good. Hamilton's going to need to run a little bit longer because he's running that new rear wing. So his car part knowledge is a little lower.
Green light. Any feedback on the car?
That was quick. There we go. Spot on.
Yeah, understood.
Lovely stuff. So, Valtteri is going to be prepped and ready. There we go. Hamilton probably is prepped and ready. Just like to get a little bit more car part knowledge sorted. His engine has been getting punished quite a bit in dirty air this weekend. Every time I seem to glance, the temperatures are going up too high. Getting stuck right behind somebody. Again, looking at the tyre wear. 24 laps. Still at 55% on the tyre, so these will be good for 30 laps easy. As long as we don't cook them in the dirty stuff. Let's call them in. There we go. That's us done with practice. Now we just need to wait for the session to end. Not really sure what to expect result-wise tonight. I do think we're going to see quite a few 2-stops. I also think we're going to see quite a few 1-stops from the AI, so it's not going to be like the whole field's going to be piling in after 5-10 laps. but I do think we will still see a few two-stop runs especially from towards the back of the grid. Qualifying should be a bit closer. Might be able to get out of Q1 again, especially with the new wing on Hamilton. But having said that, our car has definitely taken, well, not a step backwards. But the rest of the field has taken a big jump forward with some upgrades, and we've only just got the first one of ours on the car. So the gap in performance has probably increased a bit. But I think come race day, I think we'll be in pretty good shape to maybe knock on the door of points again. Keep our fingers crossed and see what happens. Let's get prepped for qualifying, shall we?
Let's hope the teams took full advantage of practice. It's time for qualifying.
Jeddah's high-speed street circuit is rather prone to yellow and red flags during qualifying, as drivers and walls often meet. Strategists will be looking for the perfect gap, but need to make sure drivers get their lap in.
And here's a driver there's been quite a focus on recently, Karun, Valtteri Bottas.
You can tell that we've been watching a driver with real confidence here, and it makes a difference, I can tell you from my own experience.
And you're right. Well, it's nearly time for qualifying.
So nothing to do other than send them straight to the track.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Green light.
Send out Valtteri. And then send out Lewis. We'll see if we can get a slipstream run. And then reverse it for the next run. All depends on if traffic will play ball.
Let's get plenty of brake temperature, if you can, please. Copy.
And if you want, you can go to mode warm up.
Understood.
So you're in a good position. Track will be clear. Load push, you're good to go.
And track is clear, track clear.
So it's a little bit of a big gap at the moment. It's too big in this first sector to be of any real use, but it's by design to try and eliminate the dirty air issue through sector 1, where we need as much grip as we can get. And then with that new rear wing, I'm hoping Hamilton will close up through sector 2 and sector 3 to get the really big boost at the end of the lap. See if we can start him higher than P16. Evening, Adrian. Alright, so Hamilton is quicker, but not quick enough to close that gap up. We probably made it a little bit too big. There's Valtteri, so I can't even see him. So 127.9, 127.4, 4.5 tenths.
Mode in, box this lap. Copy.
Understood.
And considerably quicker than Albon. Did he get held up somewhere? He lost a lot of time in the middle sector, so yeah, maybe. Max has got a little bit of traffic coming up with the Ferrari. It's Carlos getting out of the way. I don't think he impeded there. We're quicker than Max. Wow. That I didn't expect. See what Tsunoda can do. He's up 3 tenths. Is he going to get blocked? I don't think he did. No, he's much quicker. He's up 7 tenths of a second already on Verstappen. So he's going to go top here unless he has a nightmare final sector.
Okay, stop on the marks.
There we go. Half a second faster than Hamilton. Full second quicker than Valtteri. Not a good first sector for Sainz. 33.3. We'll get some assistance over the line here, though, from Magnussen. Gets him up to 7th. He lost a second in the first sector, so he would be up here. Wow, Bortoletto, look at that. Right up there. Right, I've got a few cars going out. Damn it. Valtteri jumped the gun.
We'll need good warm-up on the brakes.
Yep.
It's supposed to be the other way round. They're too far apart to switch places. Maybe he can get a benefit from the back of Leclerc. So more than half the field has set a time so far, and we're still P5, which is encouraging. There are some definite caveats in those times, though. Albon and Hadjar, in particular, have been badly held up somewhere. Sainz, we know, got blocked by a good second or so in the first sector of his run. So the leaderboard does flatter to deceive a little at the moment. Neither Mercedes has set a time yet either. Norris about halfway round his lap. Russell just about to start his.
Go now.
And track is clear, track clear. It will be mode push for last corner.
Gasly's popped himself up into P3. Norris is P5. Russell just went purple in the first sector. Now Leclerc does. No improvement for either of R2. And Leclerc's long gone, so he's not going to get catch up. See if Hamilton gets too close now. It's almost a perfect distance away, actually, to get a nice slipstream at the end of the lap here. Leclerc goes purple again. Both drivers find a little bit of time in the middle sector. It's a quick lap from Russell, but it's a better lap from Charles. Up to the line for George. He goes top. Leclerc's about to take that away from him, I think. And does, but only just. Hamilton improves slightly. Valtteri improves his time.
P9 at the moment.
And let's hope that Valtteri will stay behind Hamilton when we send them out the garage for the final run. So let's ride on with Oscar. Yet to set a time. Same for Ollie Behrman, who is a little bit further ahead on track. There's Sainz getting out of the way. We are to the side there, out of the way. It's the final corner now for Oscar. Behrman goes P5. Hamilton's still top 10 at the moment. Piastri's going to knock him out of the top 10. Piastri up to third.
Make sure your limiter is on. Okay, just stop at the marks.
So 5 minutes to go ish. Out goes Kimi Antonelli. Hadjar's on the flyer. Let's put on some fresh tyres. I think we've got a good chance of getting at least one of our cars through here. Hopefully both, but maybe not. There we go, Valtteri out behind his teammate this time. Wanted to make sure he gets out really close because it's going to be harder for him to stay right behind Hamilton. Hamilton's got inherently more speed in the car, both as a driver and with that new rear wing.
Copy.
Traffic coming through will potentially spread them out too far. Or stick them nose to tail. Like some kind of weird F1 Sentai pad. Right. Let's go.
Track is clear. Track is clear. Charge button off.
First sector is going to make or break Valtteri's lap here.
Okay, gap is good. Good to
If he
go.
can stay close enough through the first sector to pick up the benefit in the second half of the lap, that would be amazing. Somehow I don't think it's going to happen though. Albon has improved to P5. Hadjar went P8. Antonelli is improving. So is Hamilton, and Valtteri is not. He's down. The first sector was not kind. And I've got to think that's the dirty air. Max is going out. He has not improved at all in that first sector. He's lost a huge amount of time in the first sector. Both drivers down in the middle sector. And Max, despite going fastest in the final sector, is out in 19th. Hamilton improves, but only by a couple of thousandths. Valtteri doesn't improve at all, so Valtteri is out. Stroll's on an outlap. Iwasa is out. Magnussen's out. Verstappen's out. Ocon on an outlap.
P18.
Sainz is in the garage, so Sainz is done.
Yeah, copy.
Schumacher is on a push lap, so could improve above Hamilton here. And there are two cars behind or below Hamilton and below Schumacher as well. So that could potentially be enough to knock Hamilton out of the session. It's a pretty good lap from Mick. Mick's going to improve and knock us down to 15th. He's got a clear run to the line as well. Good first sector for Stroll. Come on, Stroll. Do Stroll things and put it in the wall. Mick goes P6. Ocon's gone even quicker than Stroll. Don't like this. In fact, Stroll's getting a slipstream here. He just goes purple in the middle sector. So Stroll's going to improve and get through. It's all now down to Esteban Ocon. Will Ocon knock us out? Because Stroll's certainly going to demote us down to 16th. Maybe a little bit of a delay there for Ocon, but I don't really think it'll be enough. Stroll goes P5. Well, the car's getting out of the way. I don't like this. This is going to knock me out. I know it. I just know it. Damn it. Yes. Up to 4th place for Ocon. So we are eliminated by just 1/100th of a second. That's frustrating. It's very frustrating. All right, let's see who sticks it on pole. It's George ahead of Tsunoda. Stroll ends up in 3rd. Norris in P4. Antonelli 5th. Leclerc 6th. Gasly 7th. 8th for Albon. 9th for Bortoletto. Hadjar takes 10th. Oscar is 11th. Lawson 12th. Alpine's Mick Schumacher 13th. Behrman 14th. 15th for Lindblad. 16th for Ocon in the end. And then it's Hamilton from Sainz. Bottas from Verstappen, Magnussen and Iwasa.
The drivers are getting ready here at the Jeddah Corniche circuit, preparing for 50 flat-out laps under the lights.
Jeddah street circuit certainly makes the high speeds of F1 racing a thrilling affair. But even a world champion can be caught out in between the narrow walls, just as Max Verstappen found out in 2021.
Jeddah Corniche circuit is hot and high-powered, demanding speed for the straights and a high grip level through corners that are tight to the barriers. Starting tyre choices will be crucial here, with teams ever mindful of opportunities that a safety car could give. It's race day, and final preparations are underway.
All right, I don't think there's any penalties to be applied to the starting grid. Let's take a quick gander. Nope, no penalties. So we're going for the one stop. The only question now is, do we start soft or do we go hards to start? I think I'm going to start on the not hard, sorry, mediums. I think I'm going to start on the mediums here. See how we do. I'm going to take some fuel out. take 2 laps of fuel out. There we go. Let's go a little aggressive off the line. See if we can maybe climb an extra place or 2 through those first couple of corners. And with that, we are prepped and ready. Let's send them to the grid for the start of the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix.
Well, it's great to have you with us, folks, as we settle in for the weekend's Grand Prix action. This race should be a good chance to see what Valtteri Bottas can manage.
While I imagine many are looking at the other end of the grid, I'm keen to see what they can achieve from P19.
And it looks like we're good to go. It's almost time for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
So, looks like Valtteri has been able to, maybe? No, maybe not. Thought Valtteri might have been able to get ahead of Sainz. He's still in with a chance, and does. Or does he? No, Sainz is still there. Come on. Lock the move down. Shut the door. There we go. Door shut.
You are E18.
Good job, dude. Good job.
We need to save tires in high speed.
Best German accent.
Slow
Good
down
luck.
now.
Oh, thank you very much. Ah, shit.
And we need some lift and go.
Every time
Go
someone
tire
says good luck, I always immediately think of Great Escape.
Charge on.
Especially when it's that good luck comes from a German flag. Oh, for a minute I was like, oh no, 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 no. It didn't happen.
DRS enable.
I was so worried that we were going to hit the back of Hamilton's car there and ruin both of our races.
Ocon in front.
So, oh, that's a lunge there from Sainz. But we shut the door on him. Very nice, very nice. We are very much in the minority here, starting on the mediums. Ocon and Behrman in front of us, also on the mediums. Hadjar up in 10th, Antonelli in 6th. Sonoda, the madman, starting on hard tyres at the front of the grid. That's just going to piss off everybody behind him and make George a very happy man. Everybody else on soft tyres. Track temperature a little lower than I thought it might be. It's at 40 degrees. Let's see if it goes up at all. For those of you who have not watched The Great Escape, first of all, shame on you. How dare you? It's one of the greatest movies ever. And secondly, go find a copy and watch it. You will know exactly what I mean about the good luck bit when you see it.
Trying. No worries, mate.
Two laps down, and we are still hanging on ahead of Carlos Sainz. Max still down at the back of the grid in 21st. So Max lost out a couple of places. We are probably going to have to turn the batteries on soon. Right, let's turn them on now.
So deployed. Okay.
Mode push.
There we go. We've just about kept the DRS set. Track temperature has started to go up a little bit.
And try to cool down the tires as much as possible.
Understood.
Just cool your tyres.
Copy.
Charge button.
And there we go. Max moves up past Kevin Magnussen. So up to P20. Tsunoda has actually caught back up to Russell, is hanging right on in there. He's having a look. Cheeky. Norris has got himself past Stroll. He's up into P3. Valtteri back in the window. Let's
Charge on.
save the battery a little bit. Let's push Hamilton's again.
DRS. And charge button on.
And yeah, Valtteri's just been caught out a little bit there. Might lose his place here.
Energies are good.
Don't have a lot of battery left to fight with, but we'll see if we can get him on the exit here.
Copy.
Yes, we can. Good job, Valtteri.
That's all good.
All right, let's turn our attention back to Lewis.
Okay, push harder through 6 and 7 if you can. Okay, charge on.
Don't know if I want to just leave Valtteri to it. I mean, it would be nice to try and bring both cars through, but we've got a chance of something here with Lewis tonight. And I don't necessarily want to compromise his opportunity too much. And there we go, Sainz is through anyway. So hopefully Valtteri can stay with Sainz. And let's go on the attack now with Lewis.
I can't go faster.
There's progress to be made.
And try to increase pushing status.
Charge on. Charge on.
Bortoletto has got past Oscar. Tsunoda dropping away from George. Norris closing in.
Mode push.
And can we find a way through? Just a long queue in front of us. Everybody in DRS range, all the way up to Kimi Antonelli here. 12 cars, nose to tail. It's going to make it very tricky to try and move forward. maybe we can catch somebody unawares. Yeah, Valtteri's too far adrift. So we'll keep our fingers crossed on his race, but he's on his own now.
You need to keep your K1 usage down a bit, otherwise you'll just run out of battery and then you'll just be taken by everybody.
All right, can we sneak through
Signs behind with
on
the
Bearman
ice.
here? We're following Ocon through. No, we can't. We're not close enough. All right, let's go into harvest mode then.
And charge button on.
Science all over the back of us. That's to be expected. Max is struggling to stay with Kevin at the moment. Mind you, having said that, we were pushing on that last lap with Valtteri, so Max might close up this lap. Under pressure from Iwasa, so might go backwards again. Sainz is going to be a real handful for the next few laps with those soft tyres. But there will come a point where we'll have the ascendancy in terms of grip. Start to do a little bit of fuel saving.
And we need
And also try and get those engine temps back down again. And there we go, first pit stop. It's Stroll.
And we need to increase
7 laps done
by 30%.
So he's definitely two-stopping. Moving on to a set of mediums. Max is in as well. This isn't necessarily a bad idea for Max. Get himself some clear air. See if he can push forward a bit. Tsunoda's right there again with George. Norris there as well too. A 3-car fight as Norris slips on through and is immediately going to go on the attack against George. He takes the lead. Tsunoda having a look at George as well. Don't think he'll get him though.
Charge button on. Charge button on.
And Magnussen's finding it a little bit hard. Oh, Jesus. That closing distance was pretty rapid there. I got worried. I got very worried. Ocon gets back in front of Bearman. Magnussen seems to be struggling now to stay with Valtteri. So maybe the tyre's starting to dip a little bit on Magnussen's car. Norris is gone, look, he's already nearly 2 seconds clear. He's pushing for all his worth. And we are suddenly looking at the possible opportunity
And more energy available.
of an overtake here.
And we need to increase pushing status. No lift off needed. You are doing a good job.
And there we go, we dropped Magnussen.
No more lift and coast.
Copy.
look at this little bit of congestion in front of us as Russell is into the pits. That's an early stop for George. Medium tyres. Didn't expect to see him in this early. Now, where's he going to feed out? As we look to make the move on Esteban Ocon here. Couldn't get it done, but now we might have a chance. Ah, no, he chops us. So, Russell's out behind Valtteri, and Valtteri's almost caught back up to this pack. So that shows how much time we're losing. Not being able to get through here.
And really good job on tyres.
There's just no way through, look. They're going 2 and 3 wide in front of us. And Schumacher's just falling down the order. His tyres must be dead.
Charge button on. Charge button on. Sainz behind with DRS.
And, oh, I thought we had him for a second then. And there's Valtteri, and Sainz is going to have a look, and Valtteri sneaks through. Very nice. And there we go. That is Mick into the pits, and both of our cars cruise on through, and we have a yellow flag.
Next guy in front is Ocon.
I'm not quite sure what's happened there.
What has happened? And where? Oh, it's at the front. Well, front-ish. Charles Leclerc and Kimi Antonelli having a little coming together there. It's damaged a huge chunk of Leclerc's wing.
The team glued to the monitors and watching their hopes crumble away.
All right, let's take a look. Yeah, big damage to Leclerc's front wing, look. Antonelli doesn't seem to have any car damage, but will probably have done some damage to his tyres at the very least. Let's start to apply a bit more pressure again.
Yep.
And push.
See, any penalties? No. Deemed a racing incident. Ocon has dropped out of range. Chance for us to pounce. And George is trying to punch his way through as well.
Alright, let's concentrate.
All right, this time Hamilton's going to get the move done up the inside. Can Valtteri follow through? Kind of.
Good job.
Antonelli dives
So
into the
P12.
pits. For Farah. Can I get a whoop whoop? Or just a whoop? There we go. So, just a straight change of tyres there for Kimi Antonelli.
Mode push. Okay, Kev, if there's anything left in the tank, let's go for it. From tyre point of view, we don't think lift and coast is necessary.
Yeah, Leclerc's struggling. Let's see what his pace is like right now. Decent first sector. He's got a lot of traffic behind him, though.
Charge button on.
Trying to close that gap to Behrman. Just about going to do it.
He does have DRS on you.
Just need to survive this next corner with no DRS. Well, no DRS, no battery.
And just a reminder.
And Behrman's into the pits. But we still got the DRS, so that's good. Can Valtteri now get the slipstream and move on through? Yes, he can. And he completes the move. Lovely stuff.
Well,
We are sitting 10th and 11th right now.
Let's take a closer look. Now look, here we head into turn 2.
And they see the power of the
They squeeze
slipstream
by.
pulling us through.
The points in touching distance now. They're 11th.
So we're on to the back of Albon.
And tyre phase update when you can.
Who is all over Lawson here.
Problems.
Yeah, Lawson's struggling. Lawson's going to be in the pits maybe this lap.
Bottas DRS behind. Charge button on.
Charge on. Go back to doing lift and coast now.
And Hadjar's through on Charles Leclerc. Surprised he's only lost a couple of places since we last checked in on him. There goes Lawson pulling wide. No, he stays out. Surprised by that. Ocon's in the pits though. Soft tyres. He'll be stopping again then. Hamilton through on Lawson. Or is he? Yeah, if we weren't harvesting and fuel saving, we would have been.
Continue like this.
But he's out of range of his teammate now, so he will be very vulnerable to DRS. Valtteri having a look at the back of Hamilton. George looking over very intently at the back of Valtteri.
Bottas is behind with DRS.
And here we go. Prepping and lining up for a move at the end of the lap here.
And you can use all the boost bar.
Mode push.
Oscar dives into the pits.
Continue like
There
this.
goes
Good
Lawson,
job.
a lap later than I was
the moment
expecting,
you
but
are
into the pits anyway.
In front we have
I do like that Williams livery. Another whoop for Farah. And all of a sudden, we are very close to the back of Charles Leclerc. And after 15 laps, well, 14 and a half-ish laps, we've almost saved a lap's worth of fuel. So not too bad. Not too bad at all.
and charge button on, charge button on.
Evening, Wayne. Stroll has got in front of George. George says, oi, then moves back in front. Sainz is back in front of George again. And Valtteri is about to come under a lot of pressure.
We need to
Oh,
reduce
yellow
the fuel
flag.
usage.
Who's out now? Antonelli. This could be a
Yellow
safety car.
flag.
Depends if he's able to get going or not. No, yeah, he'll get going again.
I lost the car.
You lost your rear wing as well.
Now I'm finding out what's happened here, and it looks to be the McLaren that's involved. Right then, we can take a look now. Look at the McLaren driver here. Oh, and a fairly substantial crash there. And that won't do the car any good at all. And just like that, the hopes of the team start to dwindle.
Oh my God, it's going to give us another replay.
Now this was on the straight.
All right, let's get back over here. So Valtteri is under a lot of pressure, which means he is not able to
Charge
even
on.
begin to close up, despite having a battery against deployment against harvest. So we'll abandon trying to close them back up again. Hope that he and Sainz will continue to confound everyone behind, like Russell, Stroll. Max is up to 13th after his very early pit stop. So his undercut definitely worked to get him in front of drivers like Lindblad and Piastri, Schumacher, Antonelli Behrman, and so on and so forth. But yeah, he's still kind of stuck at the moment. And those tyres will be starting to go soon, depending on how hard he's pushed. See, Valtteri's almost closed that gap back up again.
And we need charge button on.
He has. He's managed to get back into DRS. Good job, Valtteri.
Charge button on.
Right, Antonelli's into the pits, and we've got a VSC. Ooh, okay. That's going to be for possibly Yuki. Yeah, Yuki's in the barrier where he was. There's his car. Bounced off the Tech Pros. It's a little early. Ooh, yeah, I might as well with Valtteri here. Split the strategies a little bit. Hamilton's tyre wear's a bit better, so I don't have to go quite so far. But that's still too much to overcome for an early stop. So we'll leave Hamilton as is. But we'll bring Valtteri in this lap. And get him recharged along the way. Swap out that strategy.
We need to do more lift and coast. Please increase by 10%.
I'm an idiot.
Saying nothing. Not agreeing, not disagreeing. Into the pits. Still, there we go. Antonelli on his way out. And it is a retirement for Yuki. as expected.
Oh my, what is it?
Let's do some fuel saving and some tyre saving with Lewis, so we can go aggressive on the restart.
So there was a crash.
Is he okay?
Everyone is okay. Debris offline.
So a little ahead of schedule, but Valtteri's one and only planned stop will be at the end of this lap.
You are currently P8.
If I was Charles Leclerc, I would seriously consider boxing this lap to change the front wing. Let's see if he does. That's an 8.5, 9-second stop. Normally, that's stationary. You know, it makes sense to do it while everyone's going slow. But that's not the Ferrari way. So he's staying out.
Perfect.
.30. That's pretty good. Quicker than yesterday. How's it going to bring us out? Between the two Haas drivers? Yes, just behind Ollie Behrman.
16.
That's not a bad place to be. We're ahead of Magnussen. And we are going back to
Virtual safety car ending.
green flag running.
Copy.
So deployed.
Yep.
Reminder for DRS.
No lift off.
We should
needed.
get DRS
You're
here.
doing a good job.
Yes, we do. Excellent.
We don't think we need any lift and coast.
Copy.
Charge on.
Copy.
Mode push.
Copy.
Charge on, please.
Copy.
So Hamilton, I'm trying to get the tyres fired back up quickly. I'm also trying to break away from Sainz if I can, which I can't. And trying to catch Leclerc, which I probably can.
And you are doing a good job on tires. Keep it like this.
No!
Yep.
Oh, he's in the barrier.
Take it easy there.
Minus chassis damage. God damn it. Piss. Now we have to box in this lap. That's a long way to go on softs. I might switch to a two-stop. Try and make up for all that time we're about to lose.
Continue. Keep going.
And overcome the chassis limitations that we're about to suffer as well.
In the box is that.
Norris is into the pits.
Tyre temps are good.
Copy.
Keep at it.
New fastest lap for Max. There we go. Valtteri gets unleashed. Evening, R01.
Track clear.
This far back, them hards don't make sense because I won't have the pace to catch and undercut enough people to then withstand the attack that's going to come. So my best bet now is to just push with a set of softs, have another set of softs and hope for a VSC or a safety car somewhere around about lap 30, 35, and then stick on another set of softs to go to the end. That's my best chance right now
Mode push.
to get Hamilton back into this race. As you can see, I'm 21 seconds off the back of Ocon, which is a pit stop behind Ocon. So, right, Leclerc is finally in. Is he going to change that front wing? No. Oh, Ferrari do not have a spare front wing for him. That was a rapid stop. That was a really rapid stop. In comes Mick. Who should get out in front of Hamilton here. Yeah, comfortably. There you go, that's the problem. You know, on hards, we wouldn't be able to push to close the gap to be able to actually get in front of some people. Actually, no, I've got to stay in medium. I can't risk aggressive overtakes because if we clip the chassis, that's it. That's a retirement. So now it's all about making sure that we can get in the top 18 for Hamilton for the sponsors, because we desperately need that sponsor money.
You were running P12.
Norris sets the new fastest lap as Gasly boxes, and so does
He's
Alex
got
Albon.
1.5 behind. Cool your tyres. Copy that.
Gasly's out on a set of mediums. They should take him to the end. Not the smoothest stop there for Albon.
Usage down a bit, otherwise you'll just run out of battery and then you'll just be taken by everybody. Charge on.
Just couldn't quite get through past Lawson. Right, so Hamilton's caught Antonelli.
This is getting frustrating. Remember, long way to go in this race.
And try to cool down the tires as much as possible. Use DRS.
Sponsor target, Farah is 18th or higher for both. Valtteri has a chance of points. Hamilton probably doesn't. There goes Carlos. Another good stop for Ferrari. And that chassis damage is certainly hurting our speed here. Iwasa swoops through.
I need more hours.
Right, let's concentrate.
Tyres might be just too hot. Might be hurting the performance. Let's cool them down.
Charge button on.
We've lost a little bit of ground to Lawson again. That's a bit frustrating. His confidence is still very good though. And we know Lawson has to stop again, so it's just a matter of time until his tyres go. Russell's in for his second stop, right behind Bortoletto. Smooth, but not a quick release for Russell. Bortoletto managed to hold position against Russell. Oh, that's going to frustrate George. All right, there we go.
And good job on tires. Continue like this.
Confidence is recovering quickly. That's good. I was watching a little compilation on YouTube yesterday of people, in inverted quotes, turning into George. Maybe chuckle.
And tire temperatures are good.
Right, so in comes Magnussen. We should get out in front of him. Let's see, what is our tyre pace at the moment? 132. It's not great.
And tires are good to push.
So Bortoletto behind us is probably on a one stop. Russell and Bortoletto should be going to the end. Stroll is almost certainly going to be going to the end now as well. Ocon's going to need to stop again. Albon might need to stop again, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about Sainz. Leclerc is probably going to need to stop again. He stopped quite early. Oh no, he didn't stop early, but he might need to stop again. We'll see. Oscar's in. Mediums, that'll be him to the end of the Grand Prix. Ocon is in. We're just saying he might need to stop again. And Hards will take him to the end of the race. And he'll come out behind Hamilton. Will Antonelli be able to jump him? Just, I think. There is Kimi. With Magnussen as well. Oh, that was tight. Magnussen managed to jump the pair of them. Alright, that's a better lap. 1:31.3. It's a bit more like it.
And tyre face update.
Valtteri's tyres have dropped out of the window, so we'll have to push them a little bit more.
Tires are good.
We're closing back in again on Liam Lawson, but starting to come under pressure from Bortoletto and Russell. So let's try and get ourselves close
Mode push, please.
and get some DRS to help defend. Max is in, and so is Lindblad. We knew Max would need to stop again. It was just a question of when. He's going soft, and he will get to the end on those.
He's 1.3 seconds behind.
Mediums for Lindblad. He should go the distance as well. So Valtteri currently running in P6. Lawson has jumped ahead of Behrman.
Charge on.
Copy that.
Charge on.
Copy.
Hamilton currently in his target spot, but not comfortable there. Not yet.
Gap to him 1.4. Race is long.
Isaac boxes.
A long way to go.
And softs to the end for Isaac. He will get out just behind. There's Behrman into the pits.
Street is now the next car. Okay, let's get on it.
Yeah, Agil's going to get out just in front of us. There he is, disappearing ahead of us.
Go mode push.
All right, so where's Behrman coming out? Is he going to get out just in front of Lewis? Yes, he is.
Russell is behind. Do your best. We're okay to push a bit harder if you can. He has DRS.
All right, there we go. We're through. Compromising the exit slightly of
High speed management is very good.
George. Not enough. But we're through. Dump the last of the battery here. And Lawson's into the pits. We got that overtake done just in time to get the benefit from it. And that should put Valtteri into peak confidence. It does. Simple stop for Lawson there.
Gap to him 1.8.
And he is out
Continue like
behind Hamilton. Only just. So I think we might need a safety car of some kind if we're going to get Hamilton into 18th tonight.
So increase pushing status.
Valtteri, meanwhile, has George for company, and we've broken away from Stroll and Bortoletto.
He does have DRS on you. No management required.
Ah, no!
Yep.
Ah, damn it! We got a safety car. I don't know what happened,
here.
but we have a safety car.
Decide to give it a go.
I meant to change the camera angle to switch to looking in
George
front,
Russell says thank you very much.
and we missed the overtake. I wanted to see if we would get the DRS, which we did, and we have a safety car. All right, where is Hamilton? Starting a lap. Okay. Let's get him in. Magnussen's into the pits.
Now I'm just looking here.
Ah, it's Ocon who crashed.
Ocon's part of that. Now we're watching Esteban Ocon here.
He was behind us, so
And there's the contact.
positionally that doesn't
will have
help
knocked
us,
their
but
confidence, I'm sure.
it also kind of does, because he would have been ahead of us when we stopped. So that's one less car we would have had to re-overtake to get back to 18th. All right, let's refill the battery here. I mean, I'm very tempted
Charge on.
to box Valtteri for a new set of tyres as well. What's the gaps behind, though? Not enough. Ocon's got a mechanical fault as well as having retired.
The car's definitely not happy. Surely some kind of fault.
Yeah, the fault is it's broken. That's the fault. Norris is in. All right, let's see
A crash in the main straight.
if anyone else is going to box. I'm going to have to make the decision earlier than I wanted to.
Yes, he seems to be fine.
Gasly's in.
Debris on track.
Suggests that you can reduce.
I
the
might
amount of
have
lift
to
and
stop
coast
for a set of softs
at
here.
turn one.
Because I get the
Boxing
feeling
now.
quite a few cars behind are going to box.
Okay, Max.
I'm going to take the gamble. Yeah, Stroll's coming in behind us. Sainz is coming in. I would have got another lap to see who was going to stop, but the safety car would pick us up, so I had to make that call.
Which specialist now? For a 2.8. Next car,
2.4. It's not great, but
behind is strong. 20 laps to go.
we kept position against all the cars that boxed with us. We're still just going to be knocking on the door of points as things currently are. And now we have fresher tyres than some of the cars in front. We have a chance. 2.4 second stop for Hamilton. We're going to stay ahead of Magnussen, so we're going to be in our target position here of 18th.
Slow down now.
Gap to him 2.5.
I don't want too much spare fuel, otherwise engine temps are going to be an issue.
20 laps to go. Energies are good.
Understood.
I could have stayed out,
Less.
and I very nearly cancelled the stop, but I,
Cool the car as much as you can. Got it.
I'd rather take the stop now, and if we don't get back up anywhere near as high as we did, but we still get some points, I'd rather that than just watch points slip further and further away as we keep getting overtaken, and just see, you know, those big points just getting getting further and further away with every corner. This way, I think we'll be able to protect the car in the early part of the stint, and then maybe start moving forward again. Who knows? We may yet see some more stops, and we will definitely be good to the end with both of our cars.
Work on the tires, please.
Tyre temps look good.
Copy.
You just saw a fantastic looking toaster. Was it a smart toaster? Or just a regular toaster? And, you know, I don't know if we can really qualify smart toasters as smart without comparing them to the toaster from Red Dwarf. We're going another lap, it would seem, behind the safety car. So it looks like, assuming it comes in at the end of this next lap, that'll be 17 racing laps. Talkie's the name, toasting's the game. I love when he got into a really deep, long, philosophical build-up to a question and then says, so here's the question. Do you want some toast? Daniel, I don't know. I haven't seen qualifying. I don't want to know the results of qualifying yet. I'll be finding those out later. That's, you know, the usual suspects. You've got to throw in Max plus, you know, the McLarens. You've got to throw the Ferraris in there. You've got to throw in George into the mix. I don't expect to see Alpine do much. Certainly not likely to see a double podium from them this weekend. Still waiting from the safety car notification. There it is. We are going racing
Safety car
again.
is in this lap.
And we've got a lot of spare fuel.
Copy.
And more energy available.
Understood. Understood.
Let's have mode push.
Copy.
Might need to pick up the pace a little bit.
You can push.
There we go. Safety car has
Safety car is leaving the leader.
pulled off into the pits. Here we go. Oh, that's a red flag. That is a red flag. My God, we're going to have like 8
Safety
kilos
car,
of fuel on
safety
board
car.
here.
Red. Charge on. Stay as close to 0 as you can. Oh yeah, copy.
We barely got underway.
I'm out.
And that's Valtteri in the points.
And while all that was happening, the crew in the garage could do nothing but watch on.
Maybe Behrman heard the question and he's gone for some toast. Why not? Let's just throw another set of soft tyres for Valtteri. Best soft tyres available for Lewis.
Our race here resumes as we get back underway. And it's lights out and away we go.
Tyre temps are good.
So we've got 15 laps to go. We've got 8.5 kilos of fuel on board. Oh my God. And Hamilton's up to P16. Albeit temporarily.
Tire temps good. And try to increase.
There we go.
pushing
P16.
status.
Back to Valtteri.
You can save less. You should be mode charge.
Copy.
Danger getting dropped already.
You are good to go. Mode push.
Copy.
So that's going to eliminate any potential tyre stops now. Everyone will have slapped on a new set of tyres.
And DRS.
As you can see, everyone's wearing soft tyres now, thanks to that red flag. There's a chance for Lewis to get past Leclerc. And he does so. That's Hamilton up into P15. Valtteri's in P9. We missed
This is
that.
what happened. Now this was Valtteri Bottas. It's there for
Took
the
a
taking.
wide-angled approach and made that work beautifully.
And they move into ninth.
Iwasa gets through on Leclerc as well. Leclerc could easily finish, battling it out with Antonelli for last place here.
is long.
And try to cool down the tires as much as possible.
Understood.
Just cool down the tyres as much as you can.
Copy.
And charge button on.
Charge on.
So Max got past Albon. Hadjar in second place. Sets a new purple lap.
Copy.
Hamilton gets through on Schumacher. Up next is Liam Lawson. You know, I do wonder if everyone who has put on tyres has put on scrub tyres because that's all they had available. And so they have to be careful with their grip levels because some of these guys are not showing a lot of pace.
Just concentrate getting your tyre temps down.
Yep.
Charge on.
Copy.
And charge button on.
Of course, the great thing about that red flag is it's been able to reset Hamilton's confidence. Now he's pretty much maxed out, just a tiny bit away from full peak confidence with those couple of quick overtakes. Valtteri needs another one to get himself up into peak. But that's going to be harder to do because it's DRS all the way through to Russell now.
Continue, keep going.
But he's looking good at the moment, is old Valtteri. He's having a look.
Just do your best.
Go on, son, get the move done.
So let's go mode push.
Copy.
Lovely stuff. Valtteri up to P8.
Doing a great job.
You know, if I'd known there was going to be a red flag. Oh, God. Stroll's in the wall. I heard the thump. That's a safety car.
Continue like this.
Safety car, safety car.
I was going to say, if I'd known there was going to be a red flag, I wouldn't have
Stay
boxed
as close
Valtteri
as
into
you
the
can
safety
to
car. But, you know. Stroll doing Stroll things. It's almost like he never went away.
It's not going the way the team had hoped today, that is for sure.
What's he have to say for himself? Something unbroadcastable. So, another safety car.
Is he okay?
11 and a half laps remaining.
Everything is okay.
We are currently
Put the
P8
debris on
and
the main
P13. That's pretty nice. And we're still 8 kilos of fuel over our fuel targets.
Which position are we?
You're currently P8. Piastri is now the next car. Albon behind.
And is anyone going to actually hit the pits? I'd be amazed if they do, but we've seen some strange things happen so far. Could yet see some more strange things. There we go. We are seeing some more pit stops. So Hamilton's going to get up to P11. And straight onto the back of Sainz. There's a chance for a double points finish here. which I just did not expect at all. The toast is £110. It's more the design that you like over the features, like, you know, actually being able to make toast. I can see how that would be not that important on a £110 toaster.
Energies are good.
We're going to end up taking on a lot of spare fuel anyway, but let's at least try and get some temperature out of these engines if we can.
And we need to increase lift and coast by 30%.
I would imagine we're probably going to go racing at the end of the next lap. Given that the field is pretty much back together again now, just waiting on Magnussen. And there we go, Magnussen's joined. So, let's see if that toaster pops up for you again.
Your P8.
No word from the safety car yet. We'll leave that poll up until the end of the safety car. So cast your vote now. We've got a lap to do it by the look of it. 4 votes so far. It's unanimous at the moment. You should spend £110 on a toaster that might not actually make toast.
Safety car is in this lap.
There we go, Farah. You're committed.
Copy.
Safety car coming in. We're going to have, what, 8 laps of racing?
Use the energy.
Yep.
No more lift and coast.
Copy.
You can't argue with the ball. There is, you know, no statute that can get you out of that one. So here we go then, off to the line. And I just realised I am driving in clean air. Let's turn that off quick.
All good.
Whew. That could have cost me if I hadn't jumped on that quickly. I'd love to be able to get both cars into the points.
Right, let's concentrate.
We need to do the full management on this set.
And tire phase update when you can.
Still strong.
So amazingly, Leclerc and Antonelli are not at the bottom, although Antonelli immediately gets overtaken as I'm in the middle of praising him for not being at the back of the grid because everyone behind him stopped. Go on, Valtteri.
Race is long.
He thought about it.
And DRS enable.
Let's get after these cars in front. Cool your tyres.
Copy.
Start button on. Start button on.
Understood.
Valtteri almost managed to sneak his way through then, and Piastri is out of DRS range.
Next car, Piastri. Remember, long way to go in this race.
And we squeeze him. Did we get the DRS? Yes, we did. Lovely.
Excellent job. Next car is Verstappen.
Now we can see what happened. Here we are then, at turn 24. There's the opening. Up that takes them to 7th place.
Come on. Come on, Valtteri.
What about tyres?
Pretty consistent.
6
You
laps.
can use all the boost bar.
Probably actually not cook the tyres.
Cool your tyres.
Copy.
And try to cool down the tires as much as possible.
We've got a yellow flag.
And charge button.
It's not Valtteri.
And here we've got a yellow flag.
Iwas has crashed.
Heading down the straight. And ends up making contact with the barrier. Well, they may have been keen to leave their mark, but I think
Oh
that
my
was
God.
a little too literal, don't you?
Next car in front is Sign. Continue, keep going.
Sainz is looking like he might be vulnerable to an overtake here. Oh, he's just kept DRS, I think. Or has he? Oh, he might not have done. He might not have done. He didn't. Can we squeeze through? Not there, we can't.
Can go faster, mate.
Continue like this.
The left rear is getting a bit hot.
Understood.
We need to reduce K1 usage.
Yeah, copy.
Ah, damn it. We gave Sainz the DRS.
So deployed.
But look at the gap that's opened up suddenly.
5 laps to go at the end of this one.
Copy.
He's going to start to push to try and close back up. We can't let him break away from us. Leclerc has suddenly been gobbled up a bit. Antonelli's plummeting backwards.
The tyre guys believe that we can increase pace in turn 12 a little bit.
And charge button on. Charge button on.
Alright, this time we've got a good chance of getting him into turn 1.
4 laps to go.
Copy.
DRS.
Ah, no, not quite. Norris up into P2.
Some stage.
Damn it.
Charge button on, please.
Battery overtaken.
Charge on.
Copy.
Seven might be our ceiling.
Car
Still
behind
hold
is
hope
Albon.
that we can get Hamilton into the top 10.
Okay, let's get on it. Still everything to play for.
And more energy available.
Sainz is closing back up. If we're going to get him, we need to get him soon.
You've got 3 laps to go.
Copy that.
Still margin to push a bit harder through turn 6 and turn 12.
Charge button on. And push. So we need to push.
Damn it, Science has just caught the back
Car
of Albon.
is Albon. Albon 0.6 behind. His Focus is a long race car. Mode push.
Copy.
All right, come on, Lewis. Science is out of range again. Up the inside as Albon tries to overtake Valtteri. And he does.
Good job. Car in front is.
And Valtteri's blocked. Ah, damn it.
1 lap to go at the end of this one.
2 laps remaining.
Charge on.
Copy.
Energies are good. Charge button on.
Hamilton has more battery. Tempted to tell Valtteri to move over and let Hamilton through. I'm going to. I'm just going to hope this doesn't hurt Valtteri too much.
Copy.
There we go. So Hamilton's out of DRS range, but with the battery, he'll be able to push. Try and close that gap back up. He'll be able to bring Valtteri along because Valtteri's got DRS. Clark missed the pole. How would you have voted? Would it have been a yes? It should be. It should definitely have been a yes. There we go. Hamilton closing back in. There you go. That's another yes vote there.
1 lap to go.
It's now indisputable,
Yeah, copy.
irrefutable, undeniable. You thinking of getting a rig?
So next car in front is Piastri.
What, like full-on fixed racing seat with direct drive wheel and the works? That's not going to be cheap. Have you raced with a wheel before? Or even, done anything with a wheel before? Because it's a very different experience. We are not going to be able to get past Oscar.
Can't get much quicker.
Right, let's concentrate.
He's going to beat us to the line.
And just a reminder on your eyes.
Yep.
And there we have it. Russell finishes in first place.
What an achievement! Sometimes you take the incredible skill of these drivers for granted, but not today.
Norris finishing on the podium as well. It's another big haul of points for Mercedes, and Gasly up there in second. But we got both of our drivers back into the points.
And with the race wrapped up, the Sauber driver heads back to the garage.
And with a 13th place finish, that sadly means there's no points to be claimed.
And up he goes, George Russell joining the podium lineup after a memorable Grand Prix.
What an excellent way to take a second win of the season, with a composed performance today.
And finally now, the drivers can relax after an eventful weekend at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Well, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling in the team garage at the end of that?
Well, it was a bit of a mixed bag here. Some things went their way, but others didn't. I think their main target now will be finding some consistency for sure.
Okay then, and a big thank you to everyone for joining us this weekend here in Jeddah.
And for the next round, Formula One is heading down under. Exciting times ahead in Australia on the shores of the Albert Park Lake.
So, confirmation of the final result. It is a win for George Russell. Back-to-back wins for him. Gasly taking second place in the Alpine there. Lando Norris getting onto the third step of the podium for another big chunk of points for Mercedes. Max up 16 places in the end to take fourth ahead of his teammate Isaac Hadjar, who took fifth. Albon in sixth, seventh for Bortoletto, eighth for Oscar Piastri, Hamilton ninth, Valtteri 10th. Very dramatic race for Hamilton in the end, but I'm just glad that we got him back towards the points. A bit of a shame that Valtteri just lost a little bit of momentum towards the end and couldn't hang on to seventh, but yeah, both cars in the points. That's 2 races in a row where we scored points. That's an excellent start for our long-term objective. Then it is Carlos Sainz in 11th place ahead of Liam Lawson. Arvid Lindblad in 13th. Leclerc in 14th place ahead of Magnussen, Schumacher. Antonelli down in 17th. 18th for Iwasa. And then 4 retirements. Lance Stroll doing what Stroll does best and crashing. Ollie Behrman, bizarre crash on the restart from the safety car, which brought out a straight red flag. Then Ocon and Tsunoda also having some issues, both of those retiring as well. So let's see what that's done to the driver standings. George top with 58 points. That's 2 wins and a sprint win. So maximum points so far this season for George. Lando in second gets his second podium. He's on 37 points now. Gasly up 2 places to third with 32 points. His first podium of the season. Max down 1 into 4th on 30 points. Sainz down 1 into 5th. He stays on 15 points. None for him today. Just a point ahead of Oscar, who's now on 14 points. Hadjar jumps up 14 places into 7th with his first points of the season. Albon, 1 place behind him, up 11 to get his first points of the season. He ties now with Antonelli on 8 points apiece. Antonelli just behind in 9th. Bortoletto moves up into 10th place with his first points of the season, jumping over Ollie Behrman and Lewis Hamilton, who are also on 6 points as well. Then it's Charles Leclerc with 5, Ocon with 2. Valtteri gets his first points of the season. Then Lawson, first of the non-scorers, in 16th, ahead of Lindblad, Magnussen, Schumacher, Stroll, Iwasa, and Tsunoda. Let's take a look at the constructors' standings. 95 points after 2 rounds for Mercedes. What a monster start for them. They are already looking like they're going to run away with it this season. Red Bull move up into second. They're on 40 points now. Alpine up 2 places into third on 32 points. Then it's McLaren, 22 points for them. No points for Ferrari today. They stay on 20 and drop down 3 places into 5th. Williams move up into 6th on 8 points, ahead of Cadillac with 7 points in 7th. Audi up a couple of places into 8th place. They're on 6, just ahead of Haas, who also has 6 points. They're down 3 places into 9th. Aston down into 10th with 2 points. Racing Bulls yet to get off the mark this season. Let's take a look at the pit stops. Were we good enough with our 2.3 second stops? Just with Valtteri, only just. What was our best stop for Hamilton? 2.4 was Hamilton's best stop. And of course, replacement wing on that first stop there. So 1 good stop, 2 okay stops, at least they were clean, and then 1 not bad stop, all things considered. So it's McLaren who got the quickest stop today, ahead of Red Bull. Audi getting 3rd and 6th, so some good points for them. Ferrari 4th and 5th. Mercedes gets 7th. Williams 8th. Red Bull getting their second car home in 9th, and we take that point in 10th. So the standings look like this. Red Bull top with 47 points, 1 ahead of McLaren, who are up into 2nd on 46. Audi up 1 as well into 3rd place. They're on 41 points. Then it's Mercedes with 28, Ferrari with 26 after a good points haul for them today. No points for Aston. They drop down into 6th place. Then it's Williams, Cadillac in 8th, Alpine in 9th, Haas 10th, and Racing Bulls 11th. Haas and Racing Bulls yet to get a point so far. Both drivers achieved their sponsor targets, so it's 1.78 mil added to the balance. Let's head back, survey the damage, try and get some more upgrades going, and get started in the prep for Australia. All right, into the inbox. We have the results of the regulation vote. So it will be 10% changes. We voted for that, as did Ferrari, Mercedes, Williams, Racing Bulls, and Audi. So 6-5, the vote passes. McLaren, Red Bull, Alpine, Haas, and Aston voting against. They wanted the 5% change, but it will be 10% across the board. So we don't need to worry about sticking a lot of research into specific parts like we did last year, which means we can use our ATRs to try and really get a good push on the car this season, assuming we can afford to actually do that. Let's see. We have just 1 damaged chassis that needed to be replaced, and obviously a front wing as well, which is not showing as being destroyed. Okay. Let's jump straight over to car part development. So, as I said, I had wanted to try and do intense on all the first parts of the season. We just can't do that. We just don't have the money anymore. So, let's get 2 more parts going and use up this ATR while we still have it. What do I want to focus on? I think we want to try and I think we want to try and strip some more weight out the car. So let's put half the hours into improving the side pods a bit. Try and get a bit more speed, a little bit more engine cooling. Strip all the weight off. And that will be ready for Singapore. Well, one will be ready for Singapore. But both cars will have it for Baku. Just add a little touch more engine cooling. There we go. So we'll do that. And let's continue to improve our suspensions performance as well with the other half of the hours, so that we can try and get more tyre wear out of this car. Touch more drag and just improve the airflow a touch there. And then we'll take a little bit of extra life out of that. And yeah, that'll give us a nice 5% boost there. 32 days plus another 16 to build them. So again, one for Singapore, and then Baku for both cars. All right. Actually, given that we can't afford to do anything else, let's actually stick our other two engineers on those as well. And then we might, at least with the side pod, at least with the suspensions. Actually, no, both, because they both take 8 days apiece. So we might actually have a chance to get the second one for both cars. Again, assuming we can afford to actually build them. We can now fit the new rear wing to Valtteri. There we go. Let's take a look at what the board thought. They should be delighted. They were fantastic. Yeah, money is definitely an issue still, and will continue to be all season long. It's advanced time. Whoa, excuse me. Weather centre is prepped and ready in time for Melbourne. We'll find out the Melbourne weather in a couple of days. All right, staff survey results. So Lewis is now neutral. Valtteri's positive. They're very unhappy with the car. No surprise there. Positive for Mark. Neutral for Javi. Neutral here. Everyone's just pissed about the car. No surprise there. Low stock on the chassis, but we're working on a new chassis design, so I don't care about that. Continue to advance. That is all of the rear wings. So we have 2 spares now. Very nice. We're 5 days away from Melbourne. We are no days away from Melbourne. Nancy's recommending an F2 talent. Leonardo Fornaroli. Currently not signed with anybody. Gives us some information to his profile, but doesn't actually give us any information on his profile. He's occupied with a race weekend, so we couldn't negotiate with him now anyway. We've got no scouts, so we can't scout him. We will ignore him. Ow. Alright, let's fit the new chassis. So, nice little bit of improved speed, as you can see. we will get an extra 0.2 kilometers an hour, a little bit of extra acceleration, slight improvement to DRS, some extra downforce, fraction more engine cooling. So that'll be quite nice. How does the car look going into the Grand Prix weekend? Let's see, who are we really fighting with at the moment? Haas. Still a lot quicker than us in terms of speed. DRS isn't as far away as it could have been. Acceleration isn't too far away. Sorry, we actually got a slight edge there, 0.8%, nearly 0.9% in the DRS. We're still down a fair bit in the downforce. We're down quite a bit in the dirty air as well. We're down a long way in tyre wear and engine cooling. Who has not been doing well so far? Racing Bulls. Let's have a look. Iwasa's car is about 1 kilometre an hour faster than us, so we've got a nice little gap here with acceleration, which is nice. We're down 2% in the DRS. We're down less amounts in the low speed, but quite a big bit here in the high speed, in the medium speed, and the high speed as well. Again, a big gap in the dirty air. Tyre wear's down a lot. Engine cooling's down an awful lot. Yeah, we are being left behind. So the nice little run that we've had in the first 2 Grand Prix will come to an end soon, just like it did last season. Melbourne was a strange one last year. We never really got to see how things worked out because of that safety car very, very early on that immediately got everybody in after like 2 laps to switch onto hard tyres and threw everyone's strategy out the window. That's how we nearly got a podium on the first Grand Prix of the season last year. I don't think we'll be that lucky again tonight. Monday when we come back. But you never know. It's going to be potentially a wet sprint sprint and main quali as well. It will be dry for the Grand Prix. But yeah, a sprint weekend at Australia could be a good one. That'll be Monday's sprint and Monday's stream. So we'll see how we do with that. Over the weekend, I'm going to try and continue to recuperate, and hopefully I'll be healthy again Monday. I don't know. We'll see. I get the feeling this is just going to linger now for a bit. But the worst of it's gone. So, yeah, I will try and get some content recorded over the weekend if I can. I might possibly be having a sleep study next week. Depends on whether or not I can shift this illness, or I might have to reschedule the appointment. So I don't know if that's going to cause any potential issues with streaming next week. Shouldn't do, because I think it's going for an assessment, grabbing a kit, coming home and doing the study here in my own house, and then taking the equipment back afterwards. We'll see on that. I'm not really sure what to expect on that, but the appointment's on the 11th, so there may be a little break in the streams for a day or so next week. I'll let you know once I know, but assume that I will be streaming on Tuesday as normal, unless I say otherwise. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. So I will try and do a little short rolling line video at some point over the weekend, a little short live stream just to show the track as it is in its current state. The updated version is on the Mod Hub, the workshop, the Steam workshop. So I'll link that in the description of the stream if you do decide you want to check it out for yourself if you have rolling line. Until then, though, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back on Monday with some more F1 Manager.